they fixed the problem. Good job, WattCycle. A few weeks ago, Will Prowse made a video, and then I made a follow-up video to WattCycle in particular, but smart batteries generally, were exhibiting an issue where when they were connected in parallel to a standard dumb battery without any smarts, the dumb battery would discharge substantially before anything started discharging from the smart batteries. And you can see this one is the WattCycle Smart Mini, and this battery is just your average run-of-the-mill lithium iron phosphate battery. Well, kudos to WattCycle because they immediately jumped on the bandwagon and started working on a fix for their app. I think within 24 hours of Will releasing his video, they had a beta version already released, and just a day ago, they released the full version for both Android and iOS. And so we're going to test the fix today and see if there's any improvement. So I downloaded the new version of the app today for iOS. I'm going to go ahead and connect to my WattCycle Mini here. And then what you want to do is come down here to the bottom right and hit About. And then there's a setting option right here that we'll click on. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's this new switch right here. And notice it says parallel mode. So we'll go ahead and tap that. And then we have two options. We can do compatibility mode or exact match mode. Exact match is when you're using WattCycle brand batteries in parallel with your smart batteries. Compatibility mode is if you are not using WattCycle brand batteries, which we are not. So we are going to use compatibility mode right here. And it takes a few seconds to turn on, but there we go, it's on. So we're going to come here to the dashboard and we're going to put a very small load on the inverter, just like we did last time, and see if this records any power coming out. First, I'm going to unplug everything, and we're just going to turn this inverter on. This inverter only draws about 6 watts. I'd be surprised if anything registered, just because 6 watts is basically next to nothing, and sometimes even shunts can't fully recognize that. So nothing's coming out of it at the moment. That's because, again, this is a very efficient inverter. So let's go ahead and plug a few things in here. Now, the first thing we'll try is just the fan on this space heater. I'm not turning the heat on, just the fan. If you look at the screen right here, it says we are discharging about 16 watts. And check it out. The battery is discharging, you guys, off of 16 watts. In fact, based on this, now you have to also add 6 watts on top of that for the inverter overhead, approximately. But check that out. Now, all of a sudden, it looks like it might be slightly reversed, not by too much, but it's saying 16 to 17 watts is coming out of the WattCycle. So I think we're actually getting more power now out of the smart battery than we are from the dumb battery. Just for fun, let's turn this off. We'll do the other test I did on the other video where I'm just going to turn the fan on. This has a little more draw, but this does not turn on any heat on this initial mode, okay? So it draws a little bit more, 40-ish watts, and look at that, 30.7, 32 watts being drawn from the WattCycle. So once again, based on that, we can see that the WattCycle is actually pulling a little more weight than the dumb battery. I have this hooked up in exactly the same way as I did in my first video. I'll be sure and leave a link for that down in the description so you guys can check out the first initial video with the problem. But technically, the dumb battery is closer to the inverter than the smart battery, but it is sharing the load. But it's not a full reversal of what was happening before because, you know, 34, 35 watts, 42 watts being drawn plus inverter overhead, and there actually may be a little more overhead in this inverter when it's actually inverting an active load versus just on standby. But anyway, point being, some power is coming from the dumb battery. So if you have WattCycle batteries, smart batteries in particular, and they're hooked up in parallel with stuff, be sure and go to the App Store and download the latest app and turn your parallel mode on, so that way you can keep your batteries more in sync with each other. So I really want to applaud WattCycle. It's not easy to have the wrath of Will Prowse poured out on you, and other people like myself jumping on the bandwagon to test and confirm issues. But they worked really fast and thoroughly and provided a solution across the board, whether you only have WattCycle batteries or a mixture of batteries. They solved it, and it's available for both Android and iOS. So no one's perfect. Every company's going to have issues at some point along the way, and it's not a matter of trying to avoid issues altogether, even though companies should do that. I think one of the best examples of being a good company is when an issue does come up, How do you respond to it? And WattCycle responded and solved the problem. And it's very easy for anyone with a smartphone and an internet connection to resolve it. No need to disconnect anything from your system or anything, just run the update and turn the feature on the BMS. Alright guys, we've always got more great stuff in the pipeline. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hype. Do those 5 free things so that I can continue to bring this free content to you here on YouTube. I sure appreciate all of you, and we'll catch y'all next time.